This one you can see is right on the E75 line, right below that. All right, so it's been a couple of days. We're at the gas station again. We're gonna test out the E85 at the gas station 1, and then we're gonna go to the second gas station to check it there. As you can see, this is right, E76, E77, I don't know. Definitely on the lower end. All right, we're at the second gas station. Wish me luck. Hey guys, welcome to Red 50. Today I am very excited because we are going to be almost getting ready to do the next mod on the Mustang. And here she is looking all pretty, but you can see I've got something right here, and that is the E85 testing kit. Yes, we're finally gonna be going with E85. Now I don't have the tune yet, but there's a reason for that because there's few gas stations around me that have E85. Before I get the tune, I want to make sure I can test the fuel to be close to E85 as it can be. Of course, it's summer, so I'm expecting to get a really good blend. E80, E85 would be good. But if we're getting like low blend, I don't want to deal with it. So based on what I've heard from the stations near me, I should be able to get pretty close to E85 on these summer blends. Now, as you guys know, I am pretty much naturally aspirated. No really mods aside from Corsa catback and the drop-in filter. So I'm not expecting huge power gain, maybe 20 to 30 real horsepower. It's not boosted yet, so it's not going to be tons of power gain. So that's why I want to make sure it's my daily driver. Power gains are going to be 25-30 horsepower. So I want to make sure that it's going to be convenient for me. So if the stations around me aren't testing well, I'm going to test a couple different times. But if they're not testing well and they're testing at E70 or so, it's just not worth the hassle of driving 30 minutes just to get some fuel. So yeah, I've got this kit today, RevX ethanol testing kit. And we're going to fill it up with water, and we're going to go out and test it out to the nearest gas station to see what the results are going to be and if I can get close to E85. And I'm definitely going to be pulling the trigger on the tune very soon. So let's go ahead and fill this up with the water. As you can see, there's a water line, so I'm supposed to fill it up all the way till here. And then I'm going to fill it with the E85 up till here. And then you're supposed to kind of shake it a little bit, and that's going to tell you what percentage of ethanol is in the gasoline. So let's go ahead and fill it up with the water, and I'll be back. All right, let's fire up. Even the quad start is loud. But you can see I've got my tester filled up with water right on the water fill mark. So let's get in the car. We're gonna keep this with us. Start up the car. We're gonna go to the gas station and test out the E85. I'm so excited to be doing this mod because I feel like it's been a while since I've done a mod on this car because I was kind of torn whether to go boost or, go NA route. But the E85 is definitely going to be the next bang for a buck. So I'm really hoping this kit tests out the way it's supposed to be so we can finally get the tune. So let's go ahead and head to the gas station. All right, so we just got at the gas station with the E85, and dude, look at these prices. $339 for E85 versus what I would pay $450. It's almost $1 cheaper, more than $1 cheaper. I'm just gonna burn faster, so I have pretty bad gas mileage, but let's go ahead and give it a shot. I need a funnel before I can do it, and instead of just pouring gasoline into this tiny tube. So I think this should do it. I just found this in the trunk of the Mustang, so let's go ahead and give it a shot with this. So I don't know if you guys can tell from the separation. It seems to be E80, but I did spill it over, so I don't know if the ratio is correct. E80 is gonna be pretty good, but I'm gonna retry it just to make sure before I call Lund Racing to get the tune. All right, so the second time I tested at the pump, it was actually like 77%, so E77. And that kind of didn't give me a good feeling. So I'm at a different pump right now, and we're going to try it here. I really want it to be closer to 80. I'm not expecting E85 fully, but if it's closer to 80, it's worth it. But if I'm constantly getting like 75, 76, Lund Racing said it should be safe, but I don't know how much power I'm really going to gain if it's like on the bottom end. Because they said E75 through E85 is what they tuned for. So 75 is the bottom end, so I don't know how much benefit I'm really going to get. So I'm testing at this one. I'm hoping to get closer to 80, which would be ideal. It's actually a little bit cheaper here too. You can see it's $3.20 for E85. So 20 cents cheaper than the other pump. This one you can see is right on the E75 line, right below that. It seemed that I didn't fill the gas all the way. I thought I did, but maybe with the full fill it would be 77%. All right, so this is the second attempt at this gas station. You can kind of see it's still E75, and this time the gas line is pretty much filled all the way. This is not looking good. I've tried it, this pump twice and the other pump twice as well, and we're right around like 75 to 77%. And I don't know much about the E85 tunes, but I would have to say it has to be closer to 85%. Not exactly 85, but at least 80%. The 75, 76% kind of scares me because my goal was like if I can get 80-ish percentage over and over, then I can kind of fill it without testing it every time, because that's just going to be way too much on a daily driver. But if I'm constantly getting like 75 or so, which is the minimum Lund recommends, I would have to test it so I don't get like E70 or something and mess up something on my car. I'm going to come back to both of those gas stations maybe in a couple of days just to test it out to see where we are. But right now, I'm not happy with the results. I don't want to go with the E85 tune, but I'm not giving up just yet. We're going to come back and do another run with both of the gas stations maybe tomorrow or 2 days after, just to kind of see what it's going to end up being. In doing all the testing, I'm actually running out of my own gas, so we're gonna have to fill up with 93. I was actually not trying to fill it up too much because I was like, I'm gonna get the E85 tune very soon, but because of the results that we got today, where we might have to do more testing before we can pull the trigger, yeah, we are gonna need some 93 gas. I wish this gas station would offer E85 because their premium, or the 93, is only $372. Versus the other one, which was like $450 for premium. So E85 on this one would probably be like, I don't know, $250, $270, which would be an insane deal. All right, so she's all filled up. I'm gonna have to catch you guys in maybe a couple of days when we're gonna try out the same 2 gas stations with the E85, hoping to get some E80 at least. Otherwise, this whole E85 plan is gonna go downhill. All right, so it's been a couple of days. I'm actually in G37 right now, but we're at the gas station again. We're gonna test out the E85 at the gas station 1, and then we're gonna go to the second gas station to check it there. I'm really hoping I can get closer to E80 here, so I can actually tune it. As you can see, this is right, E76, E77, I don't know. Definitely on the lower end. And this is the pump that also tested, I think, a couple days ago around E76, 77. So this is not looking good. E75, I don't know. I'm going to go to the next pump right now and test it out. And then we'll see. If they're all around E75, then I'll probably email Lund Racing to see what they recommend, if there's going to be enough power gain compared to 93 tune that I'm on. All right, let's start her up. Go to the other gas station. All right, we're at the second gas station. Wish me luck. Alright, so this one also seems like E76, I want to say. Which is somewhat consistent what I got a couple days ago, because the other one was like E76 or 7. This one was like 75. Today is pretty consistent too. So, I mean, obviously the mixture isn't perfect when I'm doing the water level and the gasoline level. So, I want to say I'm really getting E75, whether I'm getting at that gas station or this one. So, I don't know. I don't feel good about it because Lund Racing said between E75 through E85 is safe for the tune. So I'm going to talk to Lund Racing and then ask them, basically let them know, like, hey, this is what I'm getting. I'm getting E75 consistently. I might get lucky and get close to E80, but E75 is really what I'm averaging around. So what do they recommend? Am I going to even notice a big power jump compared from a 93 tune to E85? Or is it going to be just like few horsepower gain here and there, and I'm going to have to deal with all the hassle of testing the fuel and all that stuff? Definitely not what I was expecting, but I'm just going to email them tomorrow morning and see what they have to say. So someone told me about this gas station, which advertised a minimum E70 compared to the other one we saw was like 51 through 83. So I was hopeful with this one, but this one is also turning out to be 76 to 77%. So I don't know, man. This is not looking good. Kind of at an angle right now, but if I 76, 77, not 80 or 85, so I don't know. This is not looking good. This is basically a third gas station I've tried. They've all tested. One of them is pretty bad. It's all like 74 to 75, but they're all around like 75 to 76%. Even this one is sitting at like 77%. It's still, I don't know, it's still not enough maybe. I'll have to talk to the tuner and see what they have to say, because this one is a little bit further out. So I was like, if I can get E85 here, it might be worth the drive, at least for the summer, to see how things are. But if it's still testing at 76, 77%, that's not worth it. But yeah, I'll reach out to Lund Racing tomorrow and see what they have to say. I'm kind of disappointed because, good thing I actually tested it, because I was just gonna basically get the tune, and I figured if it says E85, it's E85. But I did not get into all the details of that. Most of the gas stations are flex fuel, so it's like 51 to 83% is what they're legally required to, which wouldn't work if I have E85 tune in there. But I found, you know, this gas station with E85 specifically, but even then it's like 77%. So I'm going to talk to them to see. I know they said the tune is safe from 75 to 85 or even 90. So I'm going to talk to them, see what they have to say about it. If I'm running 75-ish, even 70 in some cases, if I get a bad blend or something like that. I just don't want to mess up anything on the car. So if they're giving me comfort that even if it's 75-ish, you'll be fine, the car will pull the timing if needs to be, other than that you're fine, then I'll pull the trigger. So let's hope Lund Racing comes back with the response that we want so we can do a little bit more mods on this car. If you have done E85 tune before in your car and you know what the safe range would be, please comment down below. Make me feel better about it. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.